New York State is facing an April 1st deadline, not just for the government to pass a new budget, but also for hundreds of thousands of at-home care consumers and their caregivers to make an important transition. Last year, Governor Hochul and the legislature made a major change to the Consumer-Directed Personal Assistance Program, or CDPA, by switching from over 600 financial intermediaries to just one. That has some disability rights and elder care advocates arguing that the transition is happening too fast or should not be happening at all. The Southern Tier Independence Center, or STIC, is one of the fiscal intermediaries that is being replaced. Since it first joined the program in 1999, it has helped those with disabilities and the elderly get registered for the program, hire their personal assistants, process payroll, administer benefits, and handle other traditional HR functions. Last year, it served 300 consumers in Broome, Tioga, and Shenango counties. It is grateful to have been chosen as one of 33 facilitators that will continue working in the program with the new single FI, which is PPL. However, STIC Executive Director Jennifer Watson says because PPL was not selected until last fall, the timeline is way too short.
It's simply, you could be, have the best transition plan in the world. You're not going to transition that number of people safely in 6 months. It's just not feasible. And when you look at transitions like this that happened in other states like Pennsylvania and Massachusetts with much smaller populations, they took a much longer transition timeline and people still fell through the cracks.
Watson says there are currently 250,000 consumers in the state program and 400,000 personal assistants. The State Department of Health and PPL insist that they are on track to meet the deadline. As of March 5th, more than 100,000 consumers and 100,000 caregivers have successfully signed up. PPL President Maria Perrin says they're using multiple strategies to get the word out.
We do flyers to community and senior centers with meal services. We meet with community groups and go to community events to inform people of the transition. We have radio, streaming television, and social media outreach going on just to give people more education.
The state launched the change primarily as a cost-saving move, accusing some of the former fiscal intermediaries of defrauding the system. The cost of CDPA in New York has grown from $1.5 billion in 2017 to over $9 billion in 2023. Health Commissioner Dr. Jim McDonald says that rate of increase is unsustainable.
So why we went to a single fiscal intermediary, really one company to manage this, was really just to have a company that could run the program efficiently, run effectively, because we really want to protect the program. It's a vital program to so many people who live in New York State. We really need to protect the program. It needs to be sustainable.
McDonald says PPL, which is the country's oldest and largest financial intermediary for self-directed care programs, utilizes electronic visit verification to ensure that care is being delivered. But former Congressman Mark Molinaro, a longtime disability rights advocate, says the change marks a fundamental shift from FIs who advocated on behalf of consumers to a single FI focused on the state's cost-cutting mandate. He says the state would have been better off tracking down the fraudsters through proper oversight and accountability.
None of this is acceptable. None of it makes any sense. It's bad policy and ultimately will result in less care and put at risk the lives of individuals who really demand and need this kind of care in order to age in place and to receive services at home.
Watson says allowing consumers to select their own caregivers is fundamental to their independence. She says the growth of the program indicates its value and the increasing need. Consumers and personal assistants can register for PPL by calling 833-247-5346, or they can log on to pplfirst.com/CDPAP. You can also find those links as well as a link to the list of facilitators at binghamtonhomepage.com.